Hello, my friends. I'm so glad you're here. In today's next level practice, we will be working with creating space in the body, space to live in, and we'll do this by lengthening the sides of our body in every single asana that we do. And when we work this way, we get to have the lived experience of taking up space and living in the space that we create, which, if you were born in a woman's body like I was, is not necessarily a given. So it helps sometimes to practice taking up space. And what's the space that we're taking up? We are inviting in the space that holds it all. So let yourself be big today and join us in today's practice. So, yeah, welcome, and take your comfy seat as you already are. And we'll let ourselves begin to just arrive more fully into this moment, and that we're showing up to do some yoga right now, whatever that means to you. There's that sound on the exhalation. I invite you to make a sound on the exhalation as a way of coming more into this moment, into the space of the body. Such a powerful way to release whatever the last moment was about, to be more fully in this one. Great. And as you sit here and experience the breath and the invitation of the Apanavayu, which is the downward flow of energy, so moving from the space, the fast pace of the mind, into the slower pace of the heart, and even slower pace of the body. And one of the beauties about that is that we don't actually lose our minds. We just gain more of ourselves. In our last two classes, we've been working with this Anusara, First Universal Principle of Alignment, opening to grace. And we've been working with conscious breath, melting into the back body. And today we're going to bring in lengthening the sides of the body. And one of the things that does when we do that in the space of the body is it creates space. And if you're in a woman's body, chances are, whether you were conscious of it or not, you are deeply indoctrinated into not taking up space. So practicing actually creating space for yourself to be in and opening to the space of grace is your birthright, and a gift to you and a gift to the world. All right, so let's bring our hands together in front of the heart. Take a deep inhalation. Join me for 3 ohms and 3 invocations followed by an om. Take a deep exhalation. One more deep inhale and we'll get started. Release the hands, open the eyes. It was really fun to watch Ekis, my cat, figure out what was going on there. Okay, feel your ground, find your breath, and then we'll take left fingertips to the earth, right hand to the right hip to begin. And as you come into your next breath, let yourself be full, get long in the sides of the body, almost like someone was hitching you long from here, but without losing the rooting. And feel the creation of space. Then let the shoulder blades melt onto the back. Lift the right hand, press it back, rotate at the shoulder joint, hello. And then begin to walk yourself into a side stretch, keeping both sides of the body long. Breathing is easy. And then inhale it up and release it down. And I forgot to mention to folks who are going to be watching this on video that we're going to need some blocks and a strap potentially today. All right, let's do the other side. So take right fingertips, left hand on the hip. Breathe first. Find your rooting. And get long without losing the rooting. Create the space that's right here for you. And then melt shoulder blades onto the back. Take that left hand right out, press it back, and rotate it. Start to walk it out. Ever notice how easy it is for white men to take up space? How it's just like an unearned privilege. I mean, we should all be feeling like we can take up space, but how they do it just so easily. Yes. Without thought. And then inhale it out. Feel yourself in the center line. Good. Now what are we doing? We're going to get into our necks. Okay, so let's look towards the right and down at the end of the collarbone. Breathe. And begin to rotate that to get into the space of the neck. And all the way over and around to look into the end of the other collarbone. And then up. And we'll take it again, looking down to the collarbone. Gently rotating it down. Not over bending forward. Just finding the right amount to start to get more intimate with the fascia at the back of the neck. Look it up. Look forward. If you spend time lying on the couch watching Netflix, for example, with a pillow under your neck, you might have felt that a little bit. All right, let's take fingertips out front. And take your time, walk it forward to come into a forward fold. And if you want to do it like you are a wild cat on the prowl. Yeah. Is there another sound here that wants to come out? Okay. From here, we're going to walk it forward and take it right into pose of a child. Taking toes together, you can put some space between the knees, make space for all those organs in the belly. Yeah, I heard it, I feel it too. Another sound. Because, yeah, we're in a human body, a human form, spirit in a human form, and life has a tendency to be relentless. So coming up onto tented fingers in the way that it continues to just be showing up and sometimes coming at us. Oh my goodness, let's walk those tented fingers now over towards the right. Draw the left hip crease back for a little side stretch. And just let this feel delicious and nutritious. Because we're creating space between the ribs all along the side body here. And that is a place in Chinese medicine, an energy point of metabolization, allowing us to digest the nutrients of life. Inhale, walk fingers back to center and all the way over towards the left. And as you reach, draw that right hip crease back, creating space, and in that space allowing metabolization, integration. Sometimes it's just like all the cool stuff that we're taking in, and we need time and space to have that settle in us and find where it wants to live and get digested and turned into whatever we'll be using it for. Okay. From here, we're going to get onto hands and knees for a little cat-cow. And we'll do cat-cow following the breath. So come into your usual shape. Look down at your hands. Hands are a little wider than shoulder width, widen the fingers. And then to get a little space in the sides of the body, we'll walk the knees back about an inch. Good, and then feel the length now between hip crease and armpit. Breathe right into that. Fill the back body with your breath. Good, and as you inhale, draw the heart space forward and come into cow. Exhale at the edge of cow, and then initiate the next movement with the inhalation. Inhale yourself into cat pose. Press the floor away. Exhale here, and on your next inhale, initiate your next move. And if there's a different way that your body's asking for you to move here, I would say go for it, always. Because this is your practice, this is your body. Oh my goodness. Notice how this is feeling in the different parts of your body. Where are you experiencing sensation today? Maybe it's different than the last time you did cat-cow. I know it is for me. Oh, because things are always changing. And also what we're metabolizing is always changing. All right, come back to center. We're going to come up onto our knees. If this feels hard on your knees, you can double your mat, grab a blanket, stick it under the knees. I see that folks in the room here are all double matted, so hopefully that's okay. All right, let's take hands to hips and tuck the toes under. Ooh, nice. Find your breath. And then pressing the top of the hips down, get long in the sides of the body. It's fun to exaggerate this. It feels a little funny. But there we are, exaggerating, creating space, and being in the space of grace, just for a moment. Then melt the shoulder blades onto the back and reach the palms around to where you might have pockets if you are wearing jeans or other pants. Draw navel to spine, just in case you're arching, which is my tendency. And then we're going to take length again, long in the sides of the body, shoulder blades melting onto the back, and then let the heart begin to lift up. Gently drawing the chin back, keeping a curve in the back of the neck so you're not crunching. Nice. Exhale to come out. Bring the hands to the mat, tuck the toes. If they're not already, they are. Okay, and we'll come up, pressing into the hands into a downward facing dog. Keep the knees a little soft here to find length in the sides of the body. All right, bring your awareness into the side body lengthening here. Woo, pressing into the hands, then draw the heels down. Oh, hello calves. Inhale, take the heels towards the right for a gentle side stretch. Keep pressing equally into both hands. Or if you're in on your forearms modification, into the forearms. Inhale, center. Take the heels towards the left. Press equally into both hands and feel the stretch. Good. Inhale your way back to center. Look between the hands and walk your feet forward. Uttanasana, deep forward fold. Let go of the head. Nice. Lift and spread toes, fan them down. Draw ankles and shins towards one another, and then inhale the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Make a sound. Yes. It's your voice. Inhale the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. And one more. Inhale the heart forward. Press into the feet. Deep bend in the knees. Reach up. Long in the sides of the body. Melt shoulders onto the back. Drop the tailbone down. Reach up. Press into the feet, rise up. And exhale, hands to heart. Woo! All right, we're standing. And we're warming up. Find that breath again. Lift and spread toes. Look down at your feet. Make sure they're parallel. Second toes parallel. Bring hands on top of the hips again and pause. Find the breath. See if you can even melt into the back body. And then pressing down, we're going to exaggerate length in the sides of the body. Taking up space, creating space, living in a spaciousness of ourselves and grace. Then melt shoulder blades onto the back. Press into the feet, inhale up. Exhale, hands down. Two more, inhale it up. Exhale it down. One more, inhale it up. This time, left hand grabs the right wrist, right foot steps around behind, and we're going to dance ourselves into a side stretch. Good. Inhale. Come to center. Switch the sides. Left foot comes behind the right. Reach it. Pressing into the feet. Dance it out. Beautiful. First side again. Akis has really found his spot. He seems happy there.
To reserve it for the next few weeks. It's all about the sun, isn't it?
It's all about the sun. Did you see the comic strip of the cats with little solar panels on their backs walking around the room? Find the next sunspot. Yeah.
That would work.
Wouldn't it?
There's tracker solar panels. This would be cat-er solar panels.
Cat or solar panels. Okay, inhale. Let it go. Move any way you need to. Shake it out. Ooh. And if that felt like a lot for the arms, then we can just move it out. All right. Yeah, let's do a Vrikshasana. So a tree pose. Good. So start on the right foot. So you can look down, lift and spread toes, bring weight here. Start to take weight out of the left. Maybe reach it down. If you're practicing with the foot in the thigh, you can reach down like this and all the way to the ankle and bring it in. If you're practicing below the knee, then you do that differently, and I'll show you next time. All right. If your foot is in the thigh, press gently into the thigh. Thigh presses back. You've got your sweet drishti point that doesn't move, hopefully. Nice. Find the length in the sides of the body here. Open yourself to grace. Nice. Then, if it's working for you, come into your full expression. Maybe you want palms forward and draw down the sky into a cactus to lift the heart. Maybe you want to try shifting your gaze. Lifting the corners of the mouth. And inhale, find your way out. Nice, everyone. Woo! All right. Other side. What was that sound? All right, looking down, we'll do the left foot. Lift and spread toes. I'm going to start with my hands on my heart. Now, if you're practicing with the foot at the ankle, then we take weight out, open the knee, draw it in, maybe a little higher. Then you can also reach down if you want to take it up into the thigh. So with the drishti point here to support you, pressing the foot into the thigh into the foot. Come into your full expression if and when you're ready. And your full expression may not look like mine. Maybe you want to draw the sky down into a cactus. And perhaps experiment with shifting your gaze and lifting the heart as you press into the earth. Inhale to come out. Ooh, man, yeah, let's shake that out. Then come to the tops of your mats. Find the breath. Feel the feet. Give yourself length in the sides of the body. So we practice opening to grace. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Good, pressing into the hands. On the next inhalation, let's take the right foot to sky for a three-legged dog. And then exhale that foot between the hands. Ground the back knee down, hands on knee. Pause. Find the breath. Get long in the sides of the body. Melt the shoulder blades onto the back. Gently draw legs to midline. Press into the feet, lift the hands. And on the exhalation, lower the hands behind you, interlace fingers, and reach it back. Gently draw the chin back. On the exhalation, left hand to the ground. Come into a twist, a side twist here. Maybe hand on hip, maybe hand to sky, maybe hand over the ear. And here we might want our blocks because we're going to exhale our way into Ardha Hanumanasana. So a block on either side of the front foot. Might be just the ticket here for a tight hamstring. Good. Activate the toes. Nice. Draw from the foot up the leg into the hip socket. Press it back out like you're pressing on the gas. And then long in the sides of the body, drawing the heart forward. Soften the jaw. Soften the skin of the face. Feel grace. Your foundation is grace. All right. Inhale to come out. The blocks to the side. Press into the hands. Downward facing dog. Oh, keeping a little bend in the knees as you get long in the sides of the body, pressing through hands. And then on the next inhalation, lift the left foot to sky. Exhale that foot between the hands. Ground the back knee down, hands to knee. Pause. Come into the breath again. Resource yourself with the breath, with space. Long in the sides of the body, melt the shoulder blades onto the back. Gentle draw of legs to midline. Press through feet, reach up. On the exhalation, we'll reach around behind us, interlace the fingers the weird way, get long in the sides of the body again, draw the hands back. Good. Right hand comes to the mat on the inhalation. Find your way into a gentle twist. Full breath here. On the next inhalation, we shift into Ardha Hanumanasana, perhaps with blocks. I'm walking my foot even a little bit further forward because that feels good to my hamstring, which is not too tight right now. But if your hamstring is super tight, you may not need to get way up high. All right, drawing the energy from the foot up the leg into the socket and then pressing on the gas. Drawing the heart space forward. Breath is steady. Once again, softening the skin of the face. And when you're ready, you can let go of the blocks. Bring hands to the mat. Bring that foot on through and come into plank position. Woo, our first plank. Full breath here. See if you can get long in the sides of the body even here. What's that like? Long between armpits and feet. Then come on down. Knees and chest, Chaturangdasana, however you practice today. Inhale, take the shoulders towards the ears, getting long again in sides of the body. Shoulders come onto the back. Let that be what lifts you into your cobra. Root the tailbone strongly. The legs are firmly planted. Tuck the toes under. Press into the hands. Find your way back. Downward facing dog. Look between the hands. Walk, step, float your feet forward. Softness in the knees, let go of the head. Make a sound. Inhale, heart forward. Deep bend in the knees, reach up. Utkatasana. And then all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. So from here, we're going to go into a standing thigh stretch. So bringing weight into the left foot this time, lift and spread toes. Find your drishti point, because we're going to balance. And put a bend in the right knee. Right foot comes behind you. Right hand reaches down for the ankle. Ooh. Left hand could come forward or up. Pause. Find your breath. Find length in the sides of the body. Shoulder blades onto the back. Nice. Draw legs towards midline. Draw the navel back. And if your hips are coming forward, put a bend in the standing leg, take the hips back. Good, and then put a bend in the right elbow. You can use a strap also if you're not able to reach your foot. And I'll show you that on the other side. So we're just stretching that thigh, heart is lifting. And then exhale out. So if you have trouble reaching your ankle, you can make a little loop with the strap. It's also kind of fun to practice this way. Of course, it takes a moment to make a loop. I'm going to take up some space right now and make this loop. Watch me make a loop. Just kidding. All right, let's take the other side. It's funny when that little bit of anxiety can come in, right? It's like, oh, I'm taking up space right now. It's a thing. It's a real thing, and it's a real deep thing for us gals, and so for some guys too, I'm sure. All right, so here we go. Finding the breath, feeling into the feet. Lift and spread the toes of the right foot. We'll start to take weight out of the left foot. I've got this cool loop here. I'm going to reach around. If you can't reach your ankle, try it with it. Oh, gotta find it. There it is. Did you get a little cramp?
Yeah.
Yep, a little cramp, so just go slower. Work that cramp out. All right, so coming into the breath, finding length. Sides of the body. Gentle draw of legs to midline. And then really coming into that thigh stretch. I need to draw my navel back because that's something I always have to practice. Letting the heart lift. Oh, and coming out when you're done. All right. Good. Let's put our hands on our knees and rock the spine out a little bit in case that got a little something, a little crunchy. All right, here we go. Tops of the mats again. Find the breath. Find length in the sides of the body. Melt shoulders onto the back. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Ah, make a sound. Ah. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to sky. Exhale, that foot between the hands. Ground the back knee down. Hands to knee, pause. Find the breath. Side body's long, shoulders onto the back. On the next inhalation, gentle draw of legs to midline. And sweep it up. Exhale, reach around behind you, interlace fingers. Long in the sides of the body, shoulder blades on the back. Find your way here. Heart lifting. Exhale it, come into a twist like last time, so we're repeating the same sequence. And then exhale, find your way into Ardha Hanumanasana. And this time I'm going to do it without the blocks because I'm pretty warmed up. Find the breath, find length in the sides of the body. Draw from the foot up into the hip socket, press it back out. Heart moves forward. Woo! Yeah, so if you're not feeling it, you can take it deeper by not using the blocks. Whoa. Press into the hands, take that foot back, downward facing dog. Full breath. Pressing into the hands, lift left foot to sky. Inhale it. Exhale, foot comes between hands, ground the back knee down. Inhale, hands to knee, pause. Exhalation. Inhale, sides of the body long, shoulder blades on the back. Draw of legs to midline, sweep the hands up. Exhale, reach behind the weird way. Nice, take side body long again. Draw legs to midline and then take it back. Find your way. Find your way in here. This is a back bend. Without crunching the back of the neck. Inhale, release. Take it into a twist. Good. Exhale it into Ardha Hanumanasana. See what you got on this side. What's the right amount of support for your hands? For your thigh, really. Energy draws up the leg and then presses out. Heart moves forward. Easy in the breath. And when you're ready, bring hands to the mat. Front foot comes forward. Find your way into plank position. And even here, what's it like to get long in the sides of the body? Press through hands. And exhale your way down. Come onto forearms, Sphinx pose. And take a moment here to breathe. Let the belly settle. Draw the navel towards the back and the tailbone towards the feet. Isometric draw of the forearms forward as the heart melts. Forearms back, as the heart melts forward. Nice. Exhale to come out of that. Turn the forearm of the left arm to be parallel to the top of the mat. Bend the right knee. Drag the right hand along the side of the body back, and maybe you reach the ankle. You can also use a belt for this if you can't. Or you can just work with the foot and the hand at the side. So you decide, right? If you do manage to reach your ankle, breathe. Gently draw the legs towards one another. Put a bend in the right elbow. Ankle presses into the foot. Foot presses into the hand. Hand resists the foot. There's an opening potential here of getting long again in the sides of the body and bringing that right shoulder blade onto the back, and the heart moves forward. Breathe. Inhale to release. Switch the sides. Take your time. Maybe you need to shake out your tail for a second in between. And then put a bend in the left knee. The left hand slides back. Maybe it reaches the ankle. Pause. Soften something. Get long in the sides of the body. Draw legs towards midline. And then on the next inhalation, a bend in the left elbow. Ankle presses into the hand. Hand resists. And there's a potential opening of the front of the left shoulder here, and the heart reaching forward as the knee reaches back. Soften the face. And then exhale out. Open the knees, toes together, pose with child. Yeah, we're going in deep. When you're ready, find your way to downward facing dog. Good. Right from here, we're going to inhale the right foot up. Exhale that foot between the hands. And then ground the back foot to be parallel to the back of the mat. Pressing into the feet, lift yourself up into Virabhadrasana 2. And we're going to come out of this with our arms for a second to bring hands onto the hips. So come into the breath, feel your feet. Press the hips down and get long in the sides of the body, creating space. Opening to space, opening to grace, and then living in that space. Nice. Gentle draw of legs towards one another on the mat. The left thigh melts back, the right sits bone roots down. Then, without losing the space we've created, we open our arms. Look out over your right hand as a warrior, not afraid to take up space, not afraid to live in grace. Inhale, turn that palm facing up, dance it back. Press through the feet as you reach, full breath. And exhale that elbow to the knee. Reach the left hand over. Breathe. Look down at the mat. Press into the hands. Step that front foot back into your three-legged dog. Exhale it down. Good. Find the breath. Find length in the sides of the body. Inhale, pressing into the hands. Left leg lifts. Three-legged dog. Exhale that foot between the hands. Ground the back foot down parallel to the end of the mat. Pressing into the feet, rise up into your Virabhadrasana 2. Then we're going to take the hands onto the hips and pause and breathe. Good. Check your knee and see what's going on with that. So we want the knee to be above the ankle, not sickling in if possible, but moving the direction of the last two toes of the foot. Nice. Find the breath, press down with the hands, get long in the sides of the body, then take shoulder blades onto the back. Feels nice, right? Draw feet towards one another, isometrically on the mat. Notice how that activates the inner thighs. The right thigh melts back, so it's not forward like this. We're melting it back, and then rooting the left sits bone down. Press into the feet, then lift the arms, look out. Keeping the sides of the body long. If you need to do it again, do it again. Bring it in. Breath is easy, steady. Turn that front palm facing up and dance it back. Press through the feet as you reach. And then exhale that elbow onto the knee. Reach the other way. One nice, long, steady breath. Look down at the mat. Place the hands. Step it back. Take that left leg back up into a three-legged dog. And down. Plank position on the inhalation. Exhale onto your bellies. Inhale up to cobra. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Oh, okay, here we go. We're going to do that another sequence of Trikonasana to Ardha Chandrasana to Chapasana. So inhale the right foot up to sky. Exhale that foot between the hands. Back foot comes down parallel to the back of the mat. Now take your block to the outside of the right foot. We're going to come into Trikonasana from the floor. Start to straighten the right leg. Get long in the sides of the body as you twist yourself to open. So long sides of the body, isometric draw feet towards one another. And then we do the same thing here as we did in the last. Left thigh melts back, right sits bone roots down. Pressing into the floor, get long in the sides of the body again and reach. Trikonasana. Now look down. Bring the left hand to the left hip. Coming into Ardha Chandrasana. The weight is shifting to the front foot. You can put a bend in that knee, take the block forward, and then float the back leg up. Activate the toes. Find your way into a straight standing leg, nice and strong. We keep our drishti on the ground. And then here, inhale, get long in the sides of your body. What? Yeah, nice. A gentle scissoring of the legs towards an imaginary midline. And then the left hand opens. Long in the sides of the body again. And if you want to experiment with shifting your gaze, you can. That's a moment of instability. I'm going to keep mine on the floor. I'm going to put a bend now in my lifted leg and reach around with my hand for Chapasana. Candy cane. Almost like when I was lying on my belly. Good. Exhale it. Open it back out. Walk it back. Trikonasana. Holy Hannah. Look down at the ground. Take your hands. Step it back. Downward facing dog. And rest here for a full breath before we take the other side. All right. And then, was it fun?
Yeah.
Yay, good. Do you feel ready for all of that?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Inhale the left leg up. Is it the right? For me it's my left. Yeah, for me it's my left. Hope I'm right. I'm up here doing the teaching. That'd be good. That would be helpful, right? Left leg, then exhale it between the hands. Take the block to the outside of the left foot. Pause. Find your breath. Find the grace. We're going to move with grace here. We're going to move in space, taking up space, being space. Get long in the sides of the body and start to straighten that left leg and open and unwind yourself into the shape. Gentle draw of feet to midline, a melting of the right thigh back, a rooting of the left sits bone down. Get long again in the sides of the body. Feel it as you press into the feet, out through the crown, out through the fingers, expression. Now looking down, right hand comes to the right hip. I'm going to start to take weight into the front foot by bending the knee, front leg, bringing the block with us, keeping that bent as you lift the back leg, activate the toes, and move yourself towards straight. Find the length in the sides of the body again. Gentle scissor of the legs as you unwind and open perhaps that right hand to sky. Drishti is at the ground. Keeping that drishti point, perhaps you're going to reach around for the right ankle. Chapasana or candy cane. Woo! Feel that stretch in the thigh. You can really enjoy this and sort of lay it back. And then inhale to come back into Chapasana or Ardha Chandrasana, and then back to triangle pose. And then we'll look down at the mat, step it back, plank position. Bring the knees down, open the knees, draw the toes together. Child's pose, if it feels good, you can take a block right underneath your third eye. Yeah. Letting something melt here. Not apologizing for taking up space. Allows us to open ourselves to the grace that is our true nature. All right, from here we're going to come right up onto our knees, like we did earlier in the practice. Now that we're warmed up, we'll see how this feels. Might feel a little different. Okay, and you can keep your toes untucked or you can tuck them. I'm going to do untucked this time, just for fun. Let's find our breath. Here we go. Hands on the hips, creating length in the sides of the body. Shoulder blades onto the back. Gentle draw of legs towards one another. Bless you. And then we'll, bless you. Take those hands around to the pockets. Nice. Strongly draw the navel towards the spine as you once again find that length in the sides of the body, shoulder blades on the back. Heart begins to lift. You can stay right here. You can also, if you wanted, could even take it deeper into camel pose, Ustrasana, but really, really drawing the navel towards the spine to protect the lower back. And maybe you could just even reach back without finding a foot, just for fun. Is it there? And then maybe the other side. Is it there somewhere? Maybe just laying it back without finding feet. Good. Inhale your way out. Hands to the mat, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Ooh, ah. Let go of the head. Full breath here in this resting pose. Look between the hands, jump, step, float, feet forward. Let's put a deep bend in the knees this time and let the upper body hang. Good. And drawing ankles towards one another, roll yourself up. Maybe rolling out the shoulders. Okay. Natarajasana. That's what we're doing. Says I, and says you too. You're going to love it. All right, so you may want to use a belt for this, for your foot, but if you're able to, have been able to reach your ankle, you can practice this without that. Okay, coming into the breath, let's start with our left foot. So lift and spread toes. Make the standing legs strong. Find your drishti point, and then, I forgot to signal. We're gonna, let's come out. Let's start with side bodies long. Inhale, get long. Then come into the standing leg and make it strong by lifting and spreading toes and fanning them down. Keep that length in the side of the body throughout the whole working of this shape. Bending the right foot, we're reaching around to grab the ankle. Left fingers come forward. Pause. Get long again. Nice. Draw legs to midline. Draw navel towards spine. And you can begin to work. Now I'm going to work my hand around to the top or the inside of my foot as I begin to find my way into Nataraj. I notice my standing leg has a little bend in it, which is fine. Ooh. As I'm thinking and talking, I'm coming out of my balance. All right, taking all of that again. Long in the sides of the body. Drawing legs towards midline, navel towards spine, and find your way in to whatever your expression of this is going to be right now. Good. Inhale to come out. Nice, everybody. How'd that feel? Hands on.
Why do you reach for the inside of the foot? I found that challenging.
Did you?
Just wondering.
Why do I do that as opposed to this?
Yeah.
I think it allows me to go deeper.
Mm.
And I can put it this bend here. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a little closer to midline. I think that's it. Let's put hands on the knees just for a second and rock the lower spine, just in case something cranky's going on. Before we take the other side, and you might notice one side feels more stable or easier to access than the other, and I'm about to have that experience because I'm a right dominated person. Most of us are. Okay, breath. Inhale, side bodies long. Start right there and maintain that. See if you can stay in the space of you. Lift and spread toes, fan them down, and begin to find your way in. Finding your ankle. Reaching it forward. And with the breath, without losing side body long, draw legs in towards midline. Begin to find your way in, and I'm walking my hand around to the inside, but you can do the outside if that works better for you. Start to find the expression, the foot pressing into the hand. I need to draw my navel strongly to the back without losing my side body long. I come in. In we go. Nice. And then inhale to come out. Gotta love that right side. All right, hands on knees. Rock it out. And we'll, from here, find your way right into sitting. Legs out in front. And if you like, you can use your hands. You can sit up on something to support the curves of the back. And use your hands to lift up, draw the heads of the femurs more deeply into the socket to really exaggerate that curve in the lower back. Gently pressing thighs into the earth, finding length, find that breath. After you do a big back bend, it's really good to do a forward fold. So walk the fingers forward. Softening the skin of the face again. It takes us back into grace as well. Maybe the corners of the mouth rise up. I was looking at face yoga today. It's a thing. I didn't have time to get into it, but I'm really curious. But I felt it. I don't know if you feel it right there. It's like when the muscles of the corners of the mouth go up, doesn't it change your whole demeanor? Like, yeah, and so let that go. And then try it again. What? That is nuts. All right, inhale it up. Let's get on our backs. We're going to use a block in a minute. Let's get on our backs. There, I keep doing that. Drawing knees up to the heart. Maybe rocking around on the sacrum. All right, we're going to do a little restorative pose here. So taking a block, bringing your feet to the floor, lift the pelvis and sock that block on in under the sacrum. And it can start at the lowest setting. The lowest setting of block. Oh, yeah. Open the arms out to the side. And let yourself soak for a moment, really supported by the block. The pelvis doesn't have anything to do here but receive and soak. Keeping a gentle curve in the back of the neck. If you feel like exploring a deeper something here, deeper bridge, you can lift the hips and take the block to the next level, next setting. Keep it right under the sacrum so that you can really let go in that area of the body. And see what that's like. Does that feel good? Does it feel less good? If it feels less good, just go back. And of course, there's the highest setting of the block, which is fun to experiment with. I'm going to come up onto my tippy toes to lift up, up, up. Bring the block underneath the sacrum. Ooh, and there's a bridge pose where I simply need to receive. And my shoulder blades are underneath me in the back. Just notice if you tried this out, what it's like, and if it feels good to your body right now. And if it doesn't, then back it off. And then everybody, let's lift the pelvis, take the block out. Oh, take your time and bring your hands to the knees. Gently circle the knees in one direction and then the other. And if it feels good, you can open the arms and drop the knees to a side for a twist. Oh, make a sound if you need. And then inhale if you're in a twist to take it to the other side. Softening the muscles of the jaw here and the face once again. Maybe the corners of the mouth raised just a tiny bit. Inhale to come out. And set yourself up for Shavasana. If you've got a bolster, I suggest sticking it right on under those knees. Take the pressure out of the lower back. If you've got a lavender scented eye bag, you know just what to do. This is one of the most important parts of the practice is Shavasana. And it is often called the most difficult asana of yoga, particularly for us Westerners. The invitation here is to dissolve. The ego dissolves. The front body self dissolves into the back body, big self universe. And all the energy we've moved around in our practice begins to settle back again and find its new configuration. Letting the bones be heavy. Letting the weight of the skull sink into the mat. Soak here for a while and enjoy.